I definitely felt like I got a different view of this neighborhood, especially because in the first session, we walked around and evaluated some of the different aspects of this neighborhood. So looking at things like laneways and boulevard plantings and solar panels, these sorts of things that you might not always notice and appreciate, and also by looking at those things that you can appreciate, seeing room for improvement. So definitely changed my perspective on this area.
Absolutely, yeah. So after the first session, I was able to go home and start looking right away to see that our tree canopy was lackluster and lots of areas for growth in my local community.
Definitely, yes. I'm fairly new to this neighborhood, and it was really great to just, even on the first session, walk around and see some of the amazing things that people are already doing, and it was kind of inspiring to show what perhaps I can do in the future.
Yes, of course. As a newcomer to Canada, I really think that it helps me understand a lot of many things that I get to see as a new land for me to live. So, like, it helps me to integrate into the community and arrive into, it gives me like a sense of belonging, knowing what we can do for making it better.
I really enjoyed getting to chat with different people and hear what their different ideas were. Some people had small ideas that were very realistic and very achievable, and you could see the thrill of that for them. And you could also see other people who had much more ambitious projects, larger scale things that could have a huge impact and inspire other people to come on board.
I thought that the workshops were very engaging and they were very accessible and digestible. So there was a lot of information out there, but presented in a way that was very simple, where you're able to comprehend it and create some really great creative ideas and brainstorming just for your local activity, local communities.
I think the most memorable part was actually the neighborhood walk that we did on the first day, just because it was really good hands-on learning, and I think we did the squirrel activity, so just really looking at the canopy on the streets, and I found that since then I've just been, everywhere I walk in Vancouver, I've been looking at the canopy and how well the houses are shaded and just how that might affect if we have another extreme heat event, especially. Yeah.
I think that one of the key takeaways that I have from this workshop is that it makes me think that I can do more things that I thought that I could do in order to contribute to the climate situation we have around the world. So I can take that as an action about not just blaming the organizations around the world, but doing also something for myself in order so I can start from my home, and then I can go in the community and in the city promoting like the ideas of how we could do it better as a society in sustainability terms.
I think one big takeaway for me from this workshop was it was that confidence piece, feeling like each of us that cares about these sorts of issues does already know some things and has the interest and the initial skill sets to turn that into more knowledge. So seeing where that's possible in myself and also where it might be possible in others as I communicate with them, I think that's the biggest takeaway for me.
I think my main takeaway is that there's always something you can do to change. So there's tons of opportunity around you to take small changes or big changes, whatever you're comfortable with. And it could be a small pot on your patio with some vegetables, or it could be something larger like planting a tree, or volunteering your time if you don't have the space at home.
One key takeaway is that things are really possible to do in the community, and it just takes a little bit of creativity and putting yourself out there and finding people that are willing to do it with you.
Well, I guess a bit of an unusual one, but very specific. I've transferred into the UBC Urban Forestry program in the fall. So I'm going to put a whole lot of time into learning more about neighborhood scale climate action and different community initiatives. So essentially taking the confidence from this workshop and building that into more knowledge and more action.
For me personally, I'm going to start in my own yard to see what areas that I can start adding plants and trees and some diversity.
Well, I'm going to help my group with a project building a pollinator garden on the boulevard.
I'm gonna get down the truck. I tend to use the truck a little too much, so I have been using more the bus since I took this training. And also I'm planning on getting a bicycle so I can do my commutes a little more efficient and to see the city from a different point of view.